Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. And I'm your host, of course, Mr. Derek Forston, Mr. ILF. And I'm so glad you guys are here because every Saturday we come and give you guys the game again, right? In terms of how to house the homeless and the displaced. And we also teach you guys how to do that in a shared living environment. So I'm going to just say thank you, first of all, for being here. It's early for some of y'all, depends on where you're coming from. So
Right.
again, I'm Derek Forston. I'm the owner and operator of Forston Consultants, where me and my family, we go all over the world showing people what this model is, this ILF model, right? This independent living facility model. Because a lot of you all wanted to open up a group home. A lot of you all thought of the adult home daycare. A lot of you thought of an ALF, an assisted living facility. But we show you guys the cheat code in terms of how to get into something that's a little bit more easier, that doesn't have all the red tape, doesn't have all the government stuff kind of tied into it. We want to show you guys how to start what we call an independent living facility. But the gist of it is that this is a shared living environment. And again, that's a place or an environment or a single family home where adults can live and thrive without the need for staff and or
Correct.
medical oversight. So Shay, it's completely different from your traditional group home, right?
Yeah.
And Shay, I'm also the founder and thought leader of Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facilities. Because how dare I talk about this and not do it, right? So I also have my own ILFs as well, and so does Shay. So before we get too deep in that, I just want to introduce myself. Share the room with somebody that loves God, loves people, and love real estate. Because our June 21st event, guys, is what you might as well say what 20 days
What,
away. Because
19? 19, I think.
The day is June 1st, right?
Yeah.
So that means we are
So 20
20
days
days
away. Yeah.
away from our conference, and we're super excited about that. That's on a Friday and a Saturday, and that's going to be in Orlando, Florida. So a lot of what you hear us talk about today, we're inviting you guys to the June event. In fact, if your pastor, your bishop, your church leadership want to come and be a part of this, we got a special deal for them as well. We've been getting a lot of like last minute snickerings from the churches. So we want to make sure that we also always involve the churches, church leadership, community leaders, and things of that nature. But again, share the room with somebody that loves God, loves people, and has always loved real estate, but
Yeah.
had no clue that you can merge all of those together. So welcome one and welcome all. I'm gonna bounce it over to Shay. Shay, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. My name is Shanya Shea Forston, better known as Shay here on all of these social media streets. But I am the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a local 501c3 here in Orlando, Florida, where we utilize the independent living facility model and we take women from homeless to hopeful. Again, I am co-founder here at Forston Consultants, an expert consultant where we show you, I personally show you how to leverage your nonprofit organization and take it through the roof by adding this service of housing. So I'm excited about the event, Derek. Yesterday, like I'm still in a food coma. We went and did the tasting for the event last night. Yesterday afternoon, and oh my God.
Just like we thought it would be.
Oh my
And I
goodness,
ate all
y'all.
of it, y'all. Y'all
Derek
know I
was
ate
so
it all.
greedy. We
Y'all, they served 3 dishes,
three
and
meals,
we
not just
we
dishes,
just
Derek.
about ate 3 meals, right? So full-blown meals, guys. We made sure that the food was going to be good, right? And I think it's actually a little bit better than last year, if you ask
It
me.
is new
So
chef,
we're
new
we're we're
ownership.
excited about that.
Yeah, so new chef, new ownership at the hotel that we partner with on an annual basis. It was awesome to see that they kept us in their will, right? They kept us honestly in the same status that we had prior to the new ownership taking over this facility. It's just been, it's every time we go, we're amazed by how things have advanced and also how they continue to treat us and pour into us. So I'm excited for the June 21st event. If you are coming and have not gotten your room, you better go ahead and get your rooms. I had to extend the room block. So go ahead and get your rooms as soon as possible. As soon as you purchase your ticket, you will receive the room link so that you can book your room at the hotel. So again, Derek and I booked ours. So we will be in house right along with y'all. And we look forward to seeing y'all at the event. I mean, if you haven't already, go to ilfconference.com. For those of you on our YouTube, Facebook, ilfconference.com, and get your ticket today. We look forward to seeing you there. We look forward to answering your questions. We look forward to also seeing you leave prepared and ready to go out and do something greater than yourself. This is not just a conference. This is not just the place to gather and get information. There are going to be some real interactions. There are going to be some amazing speakers. So it's not just Derek and I, it's all of us. So man, it's just an amazing opportunity to get together with like-minded individuals, learn something new, and expand what you already have, and get into the housing model. Derek, back to you.
Also, just again, Shay, just kind of go over them again, what the whole slogan for this event is, and kind of dive into that.
Yeah, the event title is From Idea to Implementation. And what we want to show you is a lot of people have the idea of starting an independent living facility or group home or any type of living arrangement for the less fortunate. And what ends up happening is people get stuck in the idea phase and they don't know where to go when it comes to implementation. So Forston Consultants has gathered every piece of the puzzle when it comes to this specific housing model, the group home housing model, to one place. We've gathered the real estate and the real estate agents. We've gathered the case managers, the social workers. We've gathered the insurance provider. Like, who's going to provide you with insurance when you get into this space? Are you saying the right things? Are you saying the wrong things? Are you getting the right insurance policies to cover you, to make sure your liabilities, you're safe? So we're bringing all of the components together so that you can literally take this idea from the idea phase through the implementation phase and get out there and be successful as a housing provider. So I'm excited about being able to have everybody, Derek, like all facets, from the housing providers to the real estate agents to the realtors, sorry, to the social workers, the case managers, to everybody in one place under one roof. How amazing is that? That we get everybody in one place under one roof to show you how to take this precious idea through implementation. So that's what we're doing, Derek.
That's what I love about it too, because we got all of these like-minded people in one place. So just really quick, if you're new to us, because we are going to do some teaching today and we're going to do some talking, but I want to make sure that I honor all of the new people. So thank you to all of the people that are always hanging around us and everybody that will always be here and come to the event. But if you're new to us, let me know that in two ways. I want to know in the chat, but also just kind of type the word new to 407-326-0086. And we actually have a free gift that we want to give you, just to say thank you for being here and also to continue your education in terms of what this is. But again, if you're completely new to us, just let us know, because that way I won't do too much of the casual talk, because my job is to come here and to make sure that I explain this game and give this game away each and every week. I promised God many years ago, I said, God, if you let me get in this, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take credit for it. So a part of that is us coming here every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Saturday. So if you're new to us and you didn't know that, we are here every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Saturday right here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Clubhouse. So we usually simulcast most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's how a lot of people catch us, because like right now I'm in probably 5 different places, right? So no matter where you like to stream from, we're probably somewhere live in terms of where you like to be on social media. Yeah. And that's why we always say thank you to everybody. So again, so far I don't see anybody that's new to us, so I'm gonna assume that we're all family. So until we get somebody new, maybe I'll just kind of hang around this for a second, because I want to make sure that, again, that all of our people that are actually coming to the event, that this is probably the majorest next 2 weeks that we're going to be leaning on you guys too, in terms of helping us get the word out, right? Yeah. We want you guys to share it and also to become an affiliate of it. So if you guys go to ilfconference.com/affiliate, you guys can promote this with your own link and possibly also get paid for it. We also want you guys to use that symbol on Facebook that's called that @ symbol, and it's called @highlight. So if you type in the word @highlight, just like that you would do the email signal when you're going to email somebody like @gmail, that right. A with the circle. If you do that with the word highlight, it'll pop up in a hyper blue link writing. And that highlight allows this post to go out to thousands of people that wouldn't otherwise have seen your post. So turn this also into a teaching moment. When you start building your ILF or your shared housing program, and you want the community and the world and the city to know who you are and what you do, use that same at highlight to make sure that your post is going out further to people that otherwise wouldn't see your post. I'm going to even say this. It's almost just as good as doing a paid ad.
It is.
Because guys, we're doing it and we're getting a lot of
Yeah.
attention from people that never knew us. They're not on our friends list. They're not following us, but because of that at highlight or that at there's another one called at mention Facebook or Facebook mention at
So,
everyone.
let me
So
share
there's a
something.
couple of those that allow you to do that to get the word out further. Shay?
So just so you know where you're putting it, you're not going to put it in your comments. You're going to actually put it in the subject matter of
I've
your
seen
post.
people also put it in the
They
comments
have,
too.
but
Yeah.
but you get more traction as like you're tagging somebody. So it's like at highlight, and that's where you want to put it. And then you're going to say at highlight. You don't want to miss the greatest event coming in 2024, the ILF conference, blah 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 blah, and then post your imagery or your video or whatever you're going to do. So put it there. That's where you get the most leverage in that. So any of those ads is just like tagging somebody.
Yep.
You are literally tagging everybody,
Thousands
like
of people. And there's another one that's called at everyone.
Yeah.
So again, guys, don't just think about this for this event. Yes, I want
Think
you to
about
do that, but
everything
you
for you,
guys know that I'm really practical and I always give you something that you can use. So I don't care again if you fried chicken or if you bake chocolate chip cookies, you own a daycare or you're a consultant. When you're posting your material from now on, you just learned today. You was today years old when you found out, Katara, that when you put your post out looking for that real estate, looking for your next rental property, the next property you want to buy, start out by putting at highlight. Again, you're going to use that symbol that we would use for at Gmail. So the A with the circle around it. I don't know what that thing's called, but y'all know how I explain stuff. At highlight and at everyone. And when you hit the at button, the more you start doing this, you're going to see other ones that you can also use that have thousands of people inside of those. And that's the point of it. So if y'all will do us a favor, especially my ILF Mastery Blueprint people that already purchased the ticket, you all also get a chance to make some money from this. Neonta did this not long ago, and she got 2 people to sign up.
She sure did.
So again, and it was through her affiliate link. So guess what? We owe Neonta money. And Neonta, if you're here, congratulations, and we appreciate that. So again, guys, June 21st and 22nd, our whole job is to let y'all know how to take this idea to implementation, just like Shay said.
Yeah.
And again, we do this from what we call an independent living facility. And that is just simply where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So I want to ask one more time before I go into it. Anybody that's new to us right now, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, or anywhere else, and if you guys have any specific questions, if not, I'm gonna go a specific way. But if somebody's new here, I want to make sure that we're honoring the new people.
Definitely. Instagram family, if there's anybody new, go ahead and put new in the comments, and we'll be really sure to make sure we break down what an ILF is and how it differs from a group home. We definitely want to give you that information. So if you're not new and you've been hanging around, just put a thumbs up or a number 1 in the comments and let us know that you are your return guest. But go ahead, Derek. I think you should just do a brief overview anyway.
Absolutely. And I'm also going to give a big shout out to the Larkson family who actually had more questions about the event. So that's why I wanted to, and they've been around us just about 2 weeks. So that's why I wanted to find out if there were any new people first, because if not, I'm going to answer all of the questions from the Larkson family really quick. They have about 15 people in their living room watching this on a big screen TV. So we appreciate that. And we're also going to get into some teaching too, Larkson family. But like you guys were asking about that discount, yes. If you decide to bring your whole family, I think it's 4 people or more, you guys get a 20% discount. So that goes for churches, large groups. So Larkson family, if all 15 of you all are going to come to this event, no problem. You guys, yes, you do get that discount. That was one of the questions. And they also asked, what was day 1? Day 1 is on the 21st, which is where all the speakers are.
Correct.
We wanted to make sure no matter if you were VIP or elite, right? And we threw them some nice goodies. But we wanted to make sure that everybody got a chance to hear all the speakers. We didn't want to keep the speakers from anybody, no matter what ticket level you came in at. So Friday, guys, is everybody, every speaker, and that's over 10 speakers, plus a panel discussion that we're going to have. That was for the Larkson family. You guys also asked about the VIP, and you guys also asked about the general. And for the married couples that are inside of your family, if they want to go elite, remember the spouse comes for free. So
Correct.
essentially, this is the first year that we've ever sold an elite ticket where we're actually allowing for one purchase, but if you're married, your spouse actually comes for free. And don't forget that elite ticket comes with also an exclusive dinner that night, a bunch of other stuff that I won't even get on right now. But most important, that exclusive dinner that Saturday night that's away from the venue, right, off campus. And then you guys also get a private master class with me that'll be virtually or also on a separate day, probably about 2 weeks out from the event. But that general ticket is $397. And yes, that covers every speaker on Friday. Because remember, there are no speakers on Saturday. Saturday is for the VIP and the elite folks. Shay is going to allow you guys to walk through her facility, the one that she just bought, the one that she just rehabbed, and now all of her women are living in it. So if you're interested in how real estate works and how do you buy a property to do this, you want to come to that event, because Shay is just not going to walk you through it. She's going to be talking about how she purchased it, right? And how you can do this sometimes, guys, without no money down. I remember when I first heard that whole no money down thing, I thought that was kind of a scam, right? But there's ways that you can do that. There's also ways that you can leverage credit cards and also business partners that may have the money when you don't. But with the promise of when you do your refi, your cash out refi, that you can pay back. Shay's going to go over all of that. And again, that VIP ticket is what a lot of people also been asking about. That also covers day 1 and day 2. So don't forget, the VIP and the elite guys covers both days. So that way you won't forget it. Shay told you about that great food. So we're going to feed everybody. One thing about us, we believe in feeding folks, and we believe in giving you elegant food, not just some box lunch, not Chick-fil-A, none of that stuff that I've been hearing that a lot of y'all been going to these events and been getting served hors d'oeuvres. If nothing else, y'all gonna brag about the camaraderie, the information, the food, and again, the information, and again, the food. A lot of people always brag about our food, and again, just how it's so family oriented and it's business. It's not halfway done. So that's kind of our reputation on that, and we almost implore you to try it. We guarantee it, guys. So again, that elite ticket, that VIP ticket is a no-brainer. And for the Larkson family, one more time, that elite ticket allows you to bring your spouse for absolutely free.
Derek, I do want to say something right here.
Go ahead, Michelle.
I want to say this because I know a lot of people have been kind of bamboozled, and we're hearing a lot of the stories. And I want you to realize that the reason, our events like this are normally well more in regards to cost. We want you to come and just check it out. Check out what we're talking about. Come learn what an ILF is. Come learn how to put all the pieces together. This is the taste and see, right? We want you to come and get just an experience of who we are and what we stand for and what we do as ILF consultants and the ones who trademark the process, the product. So I just wanted to share that, Derek, because I know a lot of people have been drawn to us in the last the last month, and they're telling us some sad stories, and we don't want that to be the taste that's left in your mouth, right?
We look to impress you all with not only the information, the food, the camaraderie, the family-oriented business side of it. And again, that protection side, like Shay talked about, we're actually bringing the lady that covers all of this, right? In terms of your insurance, right? Knowing what to ask for. I had a private group just the other day, our VIP group for our ILF Master Blueprint, where I kind of spilled some of that stuff, right? Because they're all coming, and plus they get the information anyway. But I'll admit, we've never done this. Every event we've ever thrown, guys, master classes, conferences, it was all us, and it was just a master class. This is more so a master class, but also bringing all of the pieces to the puzzle so that you guys know how to do this and you have a clear understanding of when you leave. Because a lot of people mess up Shay with the verbiage of what to use when they're doing this. And that's kind of what we're going to make sure. We're not kind of, that's absolutely what we're going to make sure that you guys leave with. And one of my favorite parts is that we're also going to send out this questionnaire probably about a week or so before the event starts, of everybody that purchased. And we're still going to ask you, what do you want to make sure you leave this event knowing? Even though that, boy, we got over 7, 8 hours packed full of just good
Information.
stuff and information, we still gonna ask your opinion because we want to make sure we nail it. Because we don't want you to leave and say, man, you know what? I wish they would have talked about this. I
Yeah.
wish they would have went deeper on this. That's our job, guys. So we're excited about that. And again, June 21st, June 22nd. If you guys have any questions, if you ever thought about starting a group home, don't do that after meeting us. You want to start a shared living environment where it doesn't require the license. It doesn't
Yeah.
require the oversight. And watch this, guys, because somebody's going to be shocked that I'm going to say this. One day, ladies and gentlemen, maybe way down the line, because it's not of my interest right now, we'll also have a licensed facility. But right now, guys, it is so easy to get on this side of it. And never mind the license, that it's almost, this is a no-brainer. You guys need to be like Francesca Dawson and Jay Dawson, who we also taught this to. They got a few of these ILFs, but they now have a license place. But the license place took 3 years to get it open and running. And she's still trekking in it every day just to make it right.
Yeah.
But the ILFs, they're up and running. They almost run themselves. And she did those within months. Whereas her licensed facility, the APD, Agency for Persons with Disabilities, it requires staff. It requires oversight.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of stuff that just, quite frankly, most of us don't have time to do it. We don't know how to do it. And we want to start now.
Yeah.
So the ILF model, Shay, to me, that means let's start right now. We don't have to wait. Francesca had to wait, guys, 3 years to open that place.
And not only that, Derek, she was bamboozled by her coach at that time too.
Well, that's a whole nother story. That just kind of goes into it sometimes,
and
right? So that was just the added piece that just kind of, Shay, I'll even say it, Shay, it extended the time. Maybe Shay, it should have took 3 years.
I hope it should.
But being bamboozled by people like you said, also kind of not really knowing what it is. And again, all the walkthroughs, all the licensures, all the check-in, the check-out, the paperwork, having to live in the house with the clients until you can afford staff. Guys, it takes a team to do that. Me and a good husband and wife that on the same agreement, y'all on the same page, because one of y'all want to do that, but your husband say, baby, your people can't live with us. So that's why we have the ILF model. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back, and we're going to jump right into what is this independent living facility and why should you be in it and why and how we're going to break it down June 21st. We'll be right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's get back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all heard the guy. Make sure you watch that webinar, because that's going to be your starting point to getting started. And now I'm getting ready to go into some teaching now, because what I've also noticed is that a lot of people come back and watch these replays. So my team and I find it weird that when we're not live and we're just going about our regular day during the week, we're getting all of these messages, ding, 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 ding. Yeah. But it's people that are watching this. So that's why I often say, no matter if you're here live or if you catch the replay, my job is to go over this so by the time you finish, you still have a good insight to what this is. And watch this. I want every one of you to come see us in June. I wouldn't mind if you bought a package and then still came and saw us in June. But again, because nothing to do with y'all, but because of promise I made to God over 7 years ago, I have to come here and do this. So, and as you see and as you notice, if you can't feel it, we love this. Because I say, God, if you can show me something that allow me to leave my job and then come back and rescue other people, this is exactly what I want to do. So again, guys, really quickly, I'm going to pretend that you all just got here. My name is Derek Forston. I am the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facility. But I'm also the founder of Forston Consultants, where my family and I and my beautiful wife that you see on that screen, we go all over the world teaching this to people and showing folks how they can either A, resign from your job. We don't like that Q word really. Resign from your job. Or if you anything like how my big brother was, you would keep your job and actually do this. And for some of y'all, that actually may be the smartest route. But if you anything like me, y'all, I wanted to leave my job. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. It was my dream to get away from that place, especially once God showed me this. So to make a long story short, I'm not very special, but God is crazy about me and I'm crazy about him. And essentially, God gave me everything I asked him for because I begged God to allow me to get into real estate and I begged God to allow me to help people while I was doing it. And God was just genius enough to show me that I can combine real estate and social services together. And that's essentially what these ILFs are, y'all. So for us, an ILF is a shared living environment because don't forget, we're talking about shared housing today. It's a shared living environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for medical staff and or oversight. Notice today's title also says fastest way to make money in real estate. There's two topics I'm going to cover with that actually. You think it's just about housing people in a house. Stay long enough for about 30 more minutes and I'm going to explain to you how you can do what we do and you don't need no real estate. You don't need the house. You don't have to buy one, lease one, or rent one. But a shared living environment, most of y'all want to do this. And guys, that's what this is. And that's the difference in what this is in terms of it being not a group home. Because a group home requires a license. A group home requires staff. A group home requires me having to administer medications. A group home requires me to drive these people around. A group home means I have to cook their bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
Shay, that's the exact opposite of this ILF
Scheduled
model.
menus and all of that. Yeah.
Shay, you can't have a traditional group home and don't have a scheduled menu, Shay. You just can't cook on the fly. Whereas the guys that I'm housing, they don't want me to cook their sandwich. Mr. Larry was cooking peas, okra, fried chicken, rice, and something else in another pot. I was almost scared to ask what that was. But Shay, he don't want me cooking that stuff. He's a country boy from South Carolina.
Right.
Why do he want me cooking his food, Shay? I'm actually in the way when I'm talking about y'all want me to cook y'all food. And that's why this is also very scalable. So for somebody that's thinking, Derek, man, how do I scale this thing? I literally just told you because you're not supplying anything but the roof over these people's heads. And your first way to get into this is to watch our webinar, be nosy on YouTube and watch a lot of that stuff because we go live on YouTube 3 days a week. And they're usually for over 2 hours.
Yeah.
My team chops this content up and they put out the short version of it too. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. More importantly, let's get on a phone call together. Thank you to everybody because y'all almost drowned me last week. Thank y'all. Oh, and big shout out to all of those people that got that sale price for our one-on-one coaching. Some of y'all purchased at $11.50. 2 of y'all purchased at 11:58 p.m.
Yeah, that was
I don't know if
wild.
y'all planned that. I don't know if y'all went in together, but 2 of y'all literally before it was over. So I commend every one of you all that did that in what we call moved at the speed of instruction. That sale price was an absolute no-brainer. So I commend y'all, and y'all don't know it, but I'm gonna give y'all something extra just because you did it, right? So that sale price that was only $3,700 instead of the 15 grand. Congratulations to every one of y'all. And the June event came complimentary with it. And don't forget, if you're in here and you was one of those people, make sure you let our team know that you are coming to the June event. So I told them you are, but just make sure of it. Your spouse, like, make sure you let us know because all of y'all qualified for that. So big shout out to all of y'all because y'all did that third step right there, Shay. Take action. Because now, Shay, I'm their big brother. There is nothing that they got to scratch their head about. Shay, you're now their big sister. If they want to go nonprofit, guess who they're going to talk to? Not me. You're going to talk to Shay. I'm going to teach you the game of it. Shay going to teach you the nonprofit. Right? So for the Larkson family, you guys ask what it looked like. It can be a big house like that. It can be a small house. Doesn't matter. But the gist of it, I want you to know what the inside looks like more importantly. So I'm going to slow this down because I know that I can also talk fast. Notice that I said nothing about us having a license to do this. We're serving independent adults, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole cheat code to all of this. My people don't need medication reminders and me giving them medications and cooking their food. That's what makes this legal. So I said, Derek, how can you do that, bro? Because of the population I serve. And Shay, they could be a military veteran.
Correct.
They could be an elderly adult, middle-aged adult, the working individual. I'm gonna let Shay talk about that because here lately we've been getting a lot of calls for the guy that actually has a job. He's got a W-2 9 to 5,
Yeah.
but he can't afford his own house. He can't afford his own apartment. So when he sees something like what we offer, which is what this shared living environment is, we now become a no-brainer to that gentleman. And the Larkson family, you already asked me, so I'm gonna say it now. No, everybody does not want this 2 per room.
Correct. That is
That
very
military
correct.
veteran or that working individual that Shay has, they don't want 2 people in a room. Miss Shay, I'm 55 years old, Miss Shay. Last time I shared a bed, I was 13 with my sister. Shay, I'm not sharing a room.
Right. Yeah.
Shay, I'm a landed. Can you talk about the working individual and why this works for not only the mental health person, but the guy that's actually got a job?
You have to look at the population. Look at our current economy. Our current economy has dictated the shift in population type that we see in this particular housing model. Most people would just, they wouldn't call it an ILF. They'll just say, oh, shared living. Same difference, right? It's the same. But the thing is, with today's economy, the populations have really shifted, Derek. We're seeing more of your working individuals that just need, hit a hard time, or when we saw the rents raised drastically and it was time to renew leases. They were priced out of their current market, out of their current rental. So what ended up happening is to not diminish or lower their standards. What they've done is they've found people like us, ILF providers, independent living facility providers, that have beautiful places to reside, and they've said, you know what, bump it. I can save, I can work down debt, I can do all of these things that I need to do to reestablish myself and pay this set fee for my room and board and be good. I'm with it. So that way, when I transition out of here, I'm either transitioning into a property that I purchased, or my, back again to my own rental. So what we are seeing, Derek, is a complete shift in the population types that we serve. I'm seeing a huge shift, especially in the female population type. I know Derek still sees a mix, but for me, I've seen a strong shift in the population type, depending. Prime example, I did an emergency placement for Rita yesterday. No mental illness, elderly female, over 70, life has happened.
And what do you mean did a placement for Rita? Like
So
explain that. I don't.
Rita,
I want the
Rita
people to know what
actually,
you mean
yeah.
by that.
So Rita is an ILF owner and operator. Rita is out of town, well, out of state, and had an emergency placement
Rita's on
call.
vacation. Just go
Yeah,
ahead and say it.
they had a call for a female resident that needed housing. Of course, this is Rita's resident. So what I did is I had my assistant, or one of my assistants, um, do the assessment, just do another pre-assessment, which Rita already had told me. I already did that work in the background, already had that done. So you good, right? So they did just another assessment because I had an available room. I had an available room. You heard that, not bed. I had an available single room, occupancy room. I can hold that resident for Rita until Rita comes back. So again, that's an emergency placement. I have a family member that's an ILF owner and operator that has a resident that she's unable to
Can we
move
help
in
each
at the
other?
moment. I am available. I have a room available. Absolutely. Why not lend a helping hand until Rita gets back to where she can have this lady set up for success? So that's pretty much what we do, right? The ILF family is not just, one house, one person. It's a community of individuals that share in successes, right? And if we have stumbling blocks, we share in that too, so that everybody's informed of what's going on and how to navigate that space. So when you join Forston Consultants and our ILF association, which is a group of amazing individuals that are doing this and providing shared housing for whomever needs it, in such a great way. uh, Again, we're not afraid to help one another out. Whether that's going and helping someone pick up rents, or helping somebody that's on vacation go flip a room. Like, we do this. This is what we do. And the goal is that when you join our family and we've got family that's already in your area, we connect you with them so that you
Yeah,
can build that community around yourselves in that area. We don't want you to be an island all by yourself, right? We want you to be surrounded by individuals that are doing the same thing, that have trusted Forston Consultants, that know our model, that are doing it well, and can help you navigate in your specific area, and also lean on one another in times of anything, whether it's ups or downs. You have that person to come and help and lift you up, and we do too. We're here as your coaches forever and ever to help you do the same thing. So Derek, that's population
absolutely.
shift, that's sharing, helping another ILF owner out. So that's part of what we do and who we are.
All in one.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And also go ahead and type in the chat what city and state you guys are in, or just speak in faith in what city and state that you're
you're
going to
ready to
launch
start.
in.
Yeah.
And I think Katara's here. Katara, I was texting you the other night as I was speaking inside of that VIP community group. And we got new family that's in your area now. And I think they're both here. So
I see them in
Katara,
the
if
chat.
you're here, Samara and Mr. Harry are now our new family. And they're your family now because they're in your area.
Yeah.
So I want everybody in terms of where you're at, because just go ahead and speak in faith, right? Where you're going to launch your first facility at, what city and what state. Because believe it or not, a lot of networking also happens right here live in our rooms. A lot of times there may be real estate people that have the real estate. There may be people that have the beds already that need to be filled. And we have HRA people in here that will serve as a housing referral agency to fill your empty beds. So we got a lot of people in this room that specialize in that. We also have a lot of people that lean on their virtual assistants
Yeah.
to help them do that. So really quickly, I'm going to just recap a little bit, and I'm even talk about how we use our VAs to do that. But again, to make a long story short, man, God allowed me to see a lady that was doing exactly what you guys see on this screen, housing people. But the only difference is, man, this lady was doing it in rats and roaches.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I just couldn't believe it. It blew my mind, Samara. I couldn't believe that, because when she showed me her cell phone, because most of y'all don't know the order of it, but boy, I can't wait to June because I'm gonna break it all the way down. The order of it is that basically she showed me what she was making doing it before I ever saw what it looked like. I never want people to know that I saw and knew what it looked like, and I just kind of, This lady showed me her phone one day, y'all. She said, Derek, I'll never show you how to do this, but look at what I make doing this, Derek. And y'all, she was bragging on it. And y'all, from that day forward, I always looked up to her. I respected her. I thought she was changing lives in the community. But Lord have mercy, as soon as I saw the rats, the roaches, the filth, and the grime, I was like,
Yep.
oh my God. And it quickly went back to my mind. Derek, you make 28 grand a year, bro. God just answered your every prayer. You told God you want to help people, right? I was like, yeah. I'm talking to myself now, y'all. I said, Derek, you say you want to be in real estate, right? Dummy, Derek, God just showed you people that are being mistreated through real estate.
Yeah.
You talking about you want to help people. Why you think Shay tricked you to be a social worker? Now that's a joke. So if you're new to us, you will miss that. But my wife tricked me, y'all, to go to college when that was not my plan. That was God's plan. He used my wife to drive me to the school. And when we left, I was like, wait a minute. Did that lady say I start next Thursday?
Sure did.
4 years later, thanks to Shay. Because Shay said, babe, I'm going to help you with your homework. Babe, I'm going to be there every night with you. Y'all, all Shay did was drive me to that school and drive me home.
Listen, I was in grad school.
The
so
4
I was
years,
not even attempting.
Shay was like, dog, you in it now. You got it.
You got this.
Samara, here I am thinking Shay gonna help me through school.
I was
But
in grad school.
Through the grace of
no
God,
way.
Mr. Harry, I finished it because guess why? Shay was doing her master's at the time.
Yeah.
She was just
I
like,
was
Derek,
in
you
grad
gotta do
school,
something with
yeah.
your life, bro. Like, I know you got a job and you a hustler and you do other stuff, but Derek, what you gonna really do with yourself when it's all said and done?
Yeah.
She was like, Derek, what do you like to do? I said, Shay, I don't know. I'm not good at math, so don't take me to nothing at this school to where I'm going to be dealing with math.
Exactly.
I said, Shay, but I love to help people. I like older people, and Shay, I like real estate. By the time I left that place, that lady enrolled me into human services. And if you don't know what that is, it is the epitome of social work.
Yeah.
And that's when I got the job seeing people, because God gave me the vision through my desires. Somebody gonna catch a gem in that in a different way. But watch this. God showed me my dream through the desire that was already in my heart. Samara and Harry, it wasn't by chance y'all bumped into us. Y'all family now. God already knew the desire in your heart. Look how genius he is to merge y'all with us now.
Yeah.
That is no different from what God did for me. And even though the lady was doing it in rats and roaches, I got to remember the scripture and what God is kind of all about. God is no respect of persons.
Correct. Thank you, Mr.
Here I am
Harry.
making $28,000 a year. And this girl, excuse me, this lady living my dream, making $41,000 a month. And I always say this, and if I can get 5 y'all to put it in the chat, if you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit?
Listen, you said put what in the chat?
Shay, I want 5 people to just answer that. If you made $41,000 every 30 days, would that change your life a little bit?
A lot.
And that was the vision I got y'all as soon as I went, because I took a Saturday. Most of y'all know it. I took a Saturday just like today. Mr. Harry, nobody wanted to teach this to me, Harry. Harry thinking that somebody taught this to me. Mr. Harry, I got in my car, bro. And I just thought, I said, Derek, you know what the addresses are. Derek, what are you doing? And I'm going to say, because I want to be super spiritual, but I'm going to say that was the Holy Spirit telling me, Derek, God's showing you the vision, bro. Get in the car and go and look at it. See where your starting point is going to be. Miss Joanne, nobody would teach this to me. Larkson family, you guys thought somebody taught this to me? I ain't got to the lawsuits and the Channel 8 news yet because I was doing this the wrong way. I'm going to fast forward because we don't have to spend a lot of time on this story. But again, Shay, 41 grand every 30 days housing God's people in rats and roaches. That's what you got to catch the vision of. These ain't my people, y'all. And one day, my brother used to always say this, one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated these people. That's another reason why, y'all, I don't want no license doing this. I don't want to have to feed, clothe, bathe. I want to be the guy that supplies the real estate. I want to be the guy that supplies the roof over their heads, because most of our clients have a social worker or a case manager, which serves as the compass for their life. Miss Samara, I want you guys to serve as the real estate, as the roof over their heads.
Correct.
The psychiatrist and the nurse where they came from, they're going to take care of the mental health. So look how we play a team. My part of this team, Miss Tia, is to offer the real estate. And thank God I don't need a license. Thank God, because I'm not good at, I don't want to bathe nobody. No disrespect to, I don't want to hire staff. That's overhead that cuts into the profit. My dream 8 years ago was to provide housing for the individual that can't afford his own apartment, and that can't buy a house.
And Derek,
what's that in between right there, Shay?
That's what I was getting ready to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. You literally you're meeting the need of those people that fall in the gap, right? And the word says that we are to make up the gap, to fill in the gap and make up the hedge, right? So what happens to those people that fall in that gap, where they have the ability to obtain what they need through the licensed group home or the licensed facility, but then you have that individual who's in that middle where they're on a very strict income and budget, and they can't go out there and get their own apartment. They can't even, like, we were talking to somebody just the other day, Derek, it was the meeting with the pastors. We went and we had a meeting with a pastor and his assistant, and they were talking to us about a transition that they had to make. And it was wild to hear that they tried to help a person go into like an extended stay. And even the lowest cost one now in the area, where it used to be about $35, $37 a day, is now up to $100 a night. You may get the first night for about $56, and then everything after that is out of the box, out of the park, where this population cannot afford that. So what are we doing? Where are they going? 90% of them, I'm throwing a number out there, this is not correct, but a huge percentage of these individuals end up, again, going from hotel to hotel, or they're ending up in these intense cities, because they don't realize that there's an affordable option that will allow them to live a healthier, better, safer life. And that's the ILF model.
You guys are the answer
Yeah,
to the homeless problem in your city without a doubt. Because I'm gonna go back to
absolutely.
what Shay said about that gap, right? Guys, that gap that we're talking about again,
Yeah,
the guys that I serve can't afford an ALF.
they can't.
They're also too stable and they're not physically
Impaired.
frail enough to
Right.
go to an
Yeah.
ALF. The type of people that we serve, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know it, they receive SSI or SSDI. That's going to be somewhere from $600 to $1,000. Where you living at with that kind of money?
Mm.
That's why we offer this shared living environment that we're talking about. And just like I told most of you, because if you late to the party,
Yeah.
a lot of people say, well, Derek, why would they want to share a room, Derek? Guys, a lot of times there is no other choice. And I'm going to show you things today where, again, their income can't afford it. But for the ones that can, he still can't afford his own apartment or his own house
Right.
or to pay first, last, and security. So this private room that you're seeing now, this is what a lot of our people that say, well, Derek, man, I'm 55 years old, bro. Like, I don't want to share no room. I say, no problem, sir. You didn't know it, but we actually have 3 living arrangements in this one setting.
Yeah.
The shared environment is the one that you just told me you don't want. The second one is that private room where you got your own room, your own bed, but you still share the hallway bathroom. Some of them love that.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of them say, well, Derek, man, you know what? That sounds great, dog. But Derek, I'll admit, man, I don't really want to share that bathroom, Derek. No problem. He gonna get a room that look like this. And guess what's on the other side of that wall? His own bathroom. That's the private suite. So watch this. When you guys offer this, Miss White, you guys don't offer just this shared thing. Now,
Right.
obviously, that's where the more profit come in. That's where the more people you're able to impact, more people you're able to help. But you're gonna get a lot of calls from people that can't even afford this room, but they're gonna ask for it. Miss Samara, man, I want that private room. His income is only 700 even. Your private room start at 950. He can't afford it. So one thing I talked about in that private group, and I won't go super deep into it, y'all gonna find yourselves also educating people on what their affordability is. Sometimes you got to burst their bubble. Bro, I know you want this private room, but these start at 940, 950. Your income is only 700. And you don't have a job and you need and you're not going to get one. That's when you got to talk them back into this. I do this a lot, actually. And once they're there for a week or two, Derek, boy, that was a great decision, Derek, because I'm saving money now, and now I'm only paying da-da-da-da-da. And Derek, my roommate's great.
Yeah.
So I tell people this, when you move these folks in day one, they're strangers. But probably about a week or two later, they become family. I can show you guys some of these large houses that I got. You're talking 8, 9, 10, 11 people at times. And again, you would be amazed of how they get along together, how they share things together. And again, from week one, they started strangers. But because of the rules, the structure, and the assessments that we do to make sure that we're serving the right people, that's how they all get along together. Because somebody thinking right now, Larkson family said, well, Derek, how are you housing all of these strangers together and making it work? Well, that's a part of my coaching for one, but also it's going to be a part of that assessment that we're going to do live and show you June 21st and 22nd at the event. Because why? We're bringing the case managers. We're bringing the social workers, because usually every year we're pretending and we'll do a role play. No pretending this year, because we're actually bringing the dadgum social worker.
That part.
We're bringing the supervisor, directory role case manager. So that's what I'm excited about, Shay. Again, from idea to implementation.
Yeah.
And again, if you love God, if you love people, and you love real estate, show me something better that you can get into that can serve God, serve people, and hopefully watch this, because some of y'all scared of this part, make a bunch of money doing it. Yeah. Guys, I'm not afraid to say that because I don't have a selfish heart. Because if you do this the right way, guys, money follows ministry.
Come on, Derek.
Money also follows mastery, and we've mastered the art of shared housing. This is God's thing. And I tell y'all all the time, man, I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. We're just doing God's will. It just so happens to be through real estate. Yeah. So again, show me an event that you can go to where the people that are coming need your help. Meaning the social worker and the case manager, they're bringing a whole table. They're bringing all of their stuff because they serve multiple counties, multiple cities, and states. And maybe you live in a state where they're needing help at when it comes to housing. How great is that, to where you can meet the need at this event? We should have named it almost Shay Meet the Need. Because again, Shay, this is affordable housing. This is ministry. And that's why if your pastor don't know about this, he missing it. If your bishop haven't heard about this through you, he missing it. June 21st and 22nd, man. We wish to see y'all there. Let's take a break and we'll be back. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. All right, let's go. Let's go. So again, thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. You are with Forston Consultants. We believe in a saying that says, don't wait to be great, because again, why would you wait to be great, right? So again, don't wait to be great. June 21st and 22nd. The general ticket, guys, is only $397, right? That's a no-brainer. It's in Orlando, Florida. It is at a swanky, nice hotel. We did the tasting yesterday, and oh my God, you can't lose with the chicken, the salmon, or the steak. And trust me, just by me saying the name that regular is probably doing it a disservice. What he called it and what he named those dishes. Oh my God. Guys, I am so impressed by the food, like we always are. Like it's crazy.
Nianta's here. So I have to, Nianta and Katara, they were at last year's event. So Nianta, we got the three selection this year.
We should have put the food on slides to show them.
Pictures.
Are you able to show that from your thing?
Yeah, I can.
Hopefully this don't spoil anything, but we don't want to. We want to show y'all what the food look like in terms of what y'all gonna eat.
Hold on.
And big. And my friend know I'm gonna say this, man. I ain't gonna say no names and I ain't gonna say nothing, but I had some friends and some new family members go to an event recently. Don't you do that? And they were served Chick-fil-A.
Derek.
They were served hot wings.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And when you're charging the price of the ticket, that's triple of what our general ticket is. Guys, I mean, that's what again makes us a no-brainer, man. Because for one, God is all over this thing. That's for one. Why? God is crazy about us. And for two, there is nobody that will outcoach us when it comes to this shared living environment in terms of giving away freely and also having the right information. Because trust me, I did this the wrong way long enough, guys, so that y'all don't have to. Some of the questions that were asked at this event and some of the responses that were given was like, oh my God, really? They told y'all that? And again, I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm just here to talk about how can you do this the right way, ladies and gentlemen. So again, Shay gonna probably scroll some pictures of that salmon plate. Guys, this salmon was so juicy and so good. And so I don't know what that sauce was, but it was delicious too. The bottom of it was like this. I'll admit, it looked like a fancy hash brown, but it was made out of rice. But the way they made it, it had this crunch to it. Oh my God.
So that's
anyway,
I'm just gonna scroll. The
chicken was some kind of crusted chicken. Those linguine. Now this chef would kill me if he heard how I talked about this food because there's specific names for all of this. But that linguine and that pasta and that sauce,
it was
again just oh my God, just everything with the food is plated. There's also an entree salad that's also a plated dessert. I mean, guys, this food was absolutely unbelievable. We can't wait to feed y'all. We can't wait to have a great time and learn together, grow together. We're gonna laugh together. We're gonna cry together. We're gonna pray together. we told the chef that we did not want that tomato thing on there. So that's going to be subbed out. But that steak, ladies and gentlemen, oh, and I'm going to tell you now, because here's the disclaimer. If you want the steak, the only way they make it is medium. He does a little bit of a medium plus,
Yeah.
but ain't no well done. He ain't doing that medium well. I already asked him, because trust me, I'm a medium well kind of guy myself. But Lord have mercy, when he brought this steak to me in that sauce,
I'm looking for the one.
and
you
he
cut.
didn't even
There we
call
go.
it sauce. It was
There we
something
go.
else.
So that's what you
Yeah.
got.
So for most people that look at that, you wouldn't even think that's a medium. That's why I say he did a little bit of a medium plus.
Yeah.
But no well done steaks, no medium wells. That's what kind of we were told. But guys, this food is absolutely
Look at
amazing.
this. Katara talking about we're gonna have to ship her and Janine a plate. Nah, y'all should have been here with us.
Oh my goodness,
Nah, I
my
love y'all.
goodness, my goodness.
Yeah, so know that you'll be getting some messaging so that you can choose your meal. We need that, so I'll be sending out some messages for that this week to start getting that information gathered, because that has to be finalized by at least 5 days prior to the event. Just know, again, we are looking forward to breaking bread.
Yep. And Shay, if you can scroll across a few of those other pictures from the other one where everybody had on those yellow shirts as they were seated eating.
Give me a second.
And then I'm going to just kind of keep talking, because again, we're just kind of hanging out today talking about the event. I'm still doing some teaching. But if you're new to us, make sure you let me know, because I always make sure that we cater certain things to new people. So just type in the chat, yeah, Derek, I'm new here, first time here. And then, just like these newer churches now, we got these free gifts for you too. So we got a free gift if you're a first-time member. Raise your hand if you're here for the first time, and just type in the word new. And text that, actually. Don't type it. Also text it to 407-326-0086. And we got a free gift that we want to give you, just to say thank you for being here, and also to continue your learning in terms of what this is. And then while Shay's putting that up, I'm going to pull something up for the Larkson family that asked about this. Said, Derek, I heard you talk about how you guys utilize virtual assistants. And yes, we do. So we've been having VAs now for probably a little over 2 years. Yeah. And because Shay and I are so busy, and our sole mission is to go all over the world talking about what this is, that allows us to be very busy, right? Shay and I also own 7 other businesses that are different from the ILF model and housing people. But without these virtual assistants that you see on this screen, Shay and I would be baloney. Now, trust me, with God's help, we're amazing people. We can do big things. But all of us need some help inside of our business, inside of our life. And this is what these VAs do for us. So Tara is our executive administrator. So when you guys get your VA, Samira, Harry, your first VA, right, that maybe become your leader. Now, for us, it didn't happen that way. Tara was actually VA number 2. So when we got, because right now, Shay and I have 8 VAs, right? Because we just got a lot going on. But Tara was VA number 2. But as soon as we hired Tara, y'all, I knew it within about a week or 2 that she was going to be the boss. And I already started grooming her and asking her certain questions and saying, hey, do you mind leading people? Do you mind giving directives? And then when we hired Jess was so bubbly. She was so nice. She was so energetic. I knew she was a good fit for customer service, but also for answering the telephones at Second Chance Housing. Now, I'm going to skip to something real quick, and I'll come back to it. All of our VAs, all 8 of them, and I'll go through real quick. Boom, 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 boom. All 8 of these VAs work in at least 3 to 4 of our businesses. Correct. We only have maybe 1 or 2 VAs that only dabble in like one thing. But if I think about it hard enough, all of our VAs work in at least 3 of our businesses. The cheat code, Harry and Samira, is when you get your VA, don't be selfish and use this VA for yourself only. Why do you think we got 8 of them? Because every time we got a VA, we thought of a new business to start or something that they were good at, and we started a business from it. Guys, the only reason why I have a digital marketing company right now is because I had the idea. Shay had the brains to do it, but Alex is a genius at it. Danish is a genius at it. So without Danish, who lives in Pakistan, without Alex, who lives in Nigeria, I wouldn't have a digital marketing company. But let me rewind it. Watch this, Harry. Jess was trained 15 months ago to be me. Now I'm going to pause because somebody going to trip about that. Joanne, 15 months ago, because Joanne, you got a VA, you know all about this. Joanne, brag about your VA right now in the chat for me. 15 months ago, Samara, I trained a lady named Jess, who's now my family member. Jess answers all the phone calls. Jess is in charge of my complete schedule. Jess is going to remind you all that we have a call the day before we have a call. Jess is in charge of travel arrangements, booking hotels. Now, if I want to go on a vacation and book hotels, I'll admit Tara is still kind of over that part too. But Jess is going to look for it, research it, find it. Tara just going to give the okay on it.
Yeah.
Tara is the only VA that we have today that can make decisions without Shay and I. Our other VAs can't do that. Jess almost earned that right. Something happened, and we kind of moved Jess a little bit back further away from having that right. Probably in 6 months, Jess gonna be able to do the same thing. But watch this. In Second Chance Housing, she does have that ability. Because guess who does all my assessments? All the screening for the social workers and case managers. Shay, pull up for anybody that's new, all of those social workers that walked in and out your place not long ago.
I actually have something else up.
And then I want you to show them that too, because I see it down there. I'm gonna let you introduce that because that's exciting. But somebody can say, wow, Derek, you use a virtual assistant to run your, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because guys, I prayed to God years ago, God, I want to be busy. God, I want to be. So now today I'm so that I don't have time to answer my own phone calls. I don't have time to know what's on my schedule every day. So guess who tells me my schedule every day? 30 minutes before any appointment, 5 minutes before any appointment. Derek, don't forget, you got to call with Miss Samara and Harry Thursday at 2. Don't forget, Derek. Oh, and Derek, by the way, I'm going to call Harry and Samara and remind them too. Guys, if that wasn't done for me, I'd be all over the place because I'm somebody that's more of a thought leader. I'm not very techy. I can barely turn my computer on. Shay had to set all of this stuff up for me. And even this PowerPoint that you're looking at right now, Tara built this PowerPoint, not me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, let me go back to the housing side of it. Jess now can make decisions about who moves into my place, and Jess lives in the Philippines. Where I live at right now, it's 11:05 a.m. Where Jess lives at, what time is it, Shay, there?
11:05 p.m.
p.m. They're in a completely different time zone, completely different culture, but running my business. Guys, I just told you earlier, I'm good at running my big mouth. I'm good at teaching, pouring into people, real estate. Them other 7 businesses that I have, y'all, I'm not good at that stuff. Guys, I have a credit repair company. I don't repair credit, Katara. Miss Tia, you don't want me bothering your credit. Miss Tia, I can't even spell Equifax.
Oh, gosh.
Neonta, I cannot repair credit, so why would I have a credit repair company? Because I got virtual assistants that'll take your 450 credit score to a 750 because they're good at it. So remember what I said, I'm going to get off of this. When you get your VA from us, and if you want one, www.va101.co. When you get a VA, do not use this VA just for yourself. Go on your cell phone and find 10 other people that need logos, websites, ebook creations, social media management. Guys, I built businesses because of the skill sets of these people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And watch this, and I'm done with it. What makes this the cheat code for every one of y'all, and that's why we give it to y'all in y'all coaching package. Who does that? Nobody but us. It's such the cheat code that, again, most of y'all are very busy. Most of y'all got jobs, husbands, wives, you got kids. Summertime's upon us now. Everybody want to go to the water park. Everybody want to go on vacation. Guess who keeps running our business when Shay and I got to go somewhere and can't be attentive? The virtual assistants and our software that we have, which is called Digital Flow Solutions. And again, how powerful is it that I can build a business and turn it over to a remote worker who lives in the Philippines?
Come on, Derek.
Put a number 7 in the chat if you think that's powerful. Because for me, again, I want y'all to be busy. I'm praying that God make y'all so busy that you don't have time to do your own social media. You don't have time to answer your cell phone. I've been waiting my whole life to say, can you get with my assistant on that? Can you call my assistant? Y'all, I've been watching movies since I was 3 years old. And I always thought that was cool that when the rich people said, well, you know what? I'll have my assistant check my calendar. I thought that was crazy to hear that. But now I'll admit, because we're so busy and God is so good to us, every day I live by a calendar now because of what we do and what we've been called to do by God.
Yeah.
That's my dream for you all. Most of y'all got books on your heart, ebooks on your heart, projects on your heart and in your brain that you yourself don't have time to get it out.
Exactly.
You guys got a lot of great ideas, but you're not techie. You're not good on the computer. You don't know what even Facebook is. You don't know how to post on Instagram. Guys, let these young folk do that. Let these older folk, even that they're not even young all the time, they know what they're doing. We don't.
That's the profession.
So the cheat code is hiring a skill set that you don't have, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple. How can God and I build a program in the US and I train some lady in the Philippines who I call today my family? And Shay gonna show you that in a minute why we even say that. But again, guys, I'm landing it. www.va101.co. And again, if you take our coaching, we give you a complimentary VA because I know you ain't good at social media. I know you don't know how to build your business Facebook page. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God is giving you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. Back on you, Miss Shay.
So you hear us talk about the $5 an hour, and I think a lot of people don't realize the misconception that carries, right? A lot of what we don't realize is that on this side of the globe, we're blessed, financially blessed. Even when we're looking at the minimum wages and all of that, most of the world lives off of almost $3 a day, and yeah, and I said it, $3 a day. And so pay attention to that. But you want to realize that, when we started with these VAs, we've had the opportunity to see them grow. We've had the opportunity to see their lives shift. We've had the we've had a huge amount of opportunity when it came to our virtual assistants. And one that happened last night, yesterday, was something that blew our minds.
Yeah.
And it literally
Almost
just
about a tear
blessed us.
to my tear
So,
duct here.
so I definitely want to share this with you all.
Yeah.
And I know this individual won't mind. So I'm going to share.
Yeah. $5 an hour to us, guys, is the cheat code. $5 an hour to them almost makes them rich, a well-to-do family. Back on you, Miss Shay.
So as you see, one of our VAs sent us a message and said, "Hello, Derek and Shay. I would like to thank you for the credentials you provided before that allowed me to get a car. I would like to inform you that I have now acquired the car and have registered
Whoop,
with a
whoop,
Grab
whoop.
business. So not only did she get the car,
That is so exciting.
she was around when we were doing.
Explain to them what Grab is.
Grab is it? Remind me because I can't.
It's like Grubhub here.
Grubhub,
It's
right?
like Uber Eats.
It's like Grubhub, Uber. Yeah, she's seen us talk about so many different things and the things that we share with them and how we have offline conversations with our VA team. It ignited a fire in her to start an additional stream of income, and she needed a vehicle in order to do so.
But even more importantly, guys, back to that $5 an hour. None of y'all here can buy a car making $5 an hour. See what I mean by this, y'all? And she didn't go buy a used car.
Nope.
So, and the only reason why we break this down, because only one time there was a lady that got really offended when I said $5 an hour, but she didn't know that these people live in what I'm gonna call a third world country. But their skill set level, their English level, their writing level, their skills, their background in college. 98% of our VAs from our pool, from our company, have a bachelor or master's degree. So how can you buy a car at $5 an hour? It's because $5 an hour where they live at, guys, is really different.
Yeah.
How many of y'all have ever been to Jamaica and one of your dollars there was like $55? That's what this is, ladies and gentlemen. So it excites us when they let us know stuff like this, because Jess not only started an online business selling makeup, she also bought a car, y'all, to be able to help her family. She needed a car, but because she's such a hustler, she signed it up for Grab, which is their Uber Eats.
Yeah.
If you ain't no hater, man, put a heart in the chat or something, man. That's amazing. If you love that, because watch this, y'all, because somebody gonna miss the blessing in this. When we asked God years ago that we want to not only help people, house people, but we want to provide for other people, I'll admit, guys, I never thought that we would get this.
Yeah.
But because of these VAs that I just explained to y'all, guess who built this company, guys? VA 101.
Yeah.
Tara built this company for me. So listen really closely again. Shay and I own a company that's based out of the Philippines that Tara built, branded, advertises, and does all the work from the Philippines. Because if you get a VA from us, we vet, we train, and we endorse. Vet means that we find them. We find the skill set and we check them out and verify that they are who they say they are. We train, meaning for whatever you need them for, meaning most people come to us to get these VAs to help them with their shared housing. And then again, that endorse means that now we endorse them to you because that's your employee now. But guys, how powerful is that I own a company that Tara runs from the Philippines, y'all? That's what I mean by when I hired Tara within 2 weeks.
She's awesome, man.
Miss Kid, I knew that she was going to be the boss. And now our businesses and all of our staff, Tara's over all of that. Guys, I don't know if y'all feeling this, but that's powerful. I'll never forget when that was given to me. When somebody said, well, Derek, you not using VAs yet? I was like, what is a VA? And guys, I'll admit, you can get some VAs for $2 an hour, $3 an hour, $4 an hour, but we get the best of the best and give y'all. So ours are $5 an hour. Yeah. And we don't make a dime of that. Our money is made up front when we do the vet, the train, and the endorse. I got to pay Tara and I got to pay Area to do all of that. We have 2 VAs that run this entire company. Watch when you get your VA, Miss White and Miss Harry. You guys are not going to speak to me. I'm nowhere in that process. But when you get the VA, I'm going to be the one pouring into you. Say, hey, Harry, let's start a logo business, bro. Let's start you a business to where you building people's ebooks and you're building people's social media management. All of the ideas to do that.
Yeah.
And again, Jess, because she's running that program now, Jess feels so, what's the word for it? Like she feels like the program is hers.
Yeah, she takes,
and it is.
She takes full ownership of our HRA and our housing. She really pours her all. Like it's times that people call after hours, and Jess will still have her phone on, and she'll respond.
Yep.
We get text messages from Jess at 8, 9 o'clock at night, our time. And I'm like, Jess, what are you doing? She was like, I didn't shut the phone down because I was waiting on someone to call back so I can do an assessment. And I waited, Miss Shay.
She loves it.
And I'm like, Jess. And she's like, no. I just don't want this person to be on the street. I don't want them to be on the street tonight. And if we can help them, I'd rather be online to help. And I'm like, good Lord, like our team is amazing.
Hiring people that almost care more about your business than you
exactly. So Derek, what I do want to share right here at this time is how we utilized, again, I know you talked about it, but integrating the virtual assistant in the ILF model. Again, you've heard Derek talk about all of the plethora of businesses we've utilized with our virtual assistants, but they all started in the ILF model. They were either customer service, they did our social media, they did certain things to help us get the word out of who we are as ILF providers. They helped connect us to the right case management teams and social workers. They schedule those meetings. They're the ones that are doing a lot of the cold calling so that we can get to the introduction of being in the faces of these social service providers. So when you have a virtual assistant, you can duplicate yourself, right? It gives you an opportunity, especially for the working individual. For the working on the full-time employee and the full-time entrepreneur, this is how you split the difference. You utilize somebody else with a skill set that one can speak well, can engage well, can communicate with others very well, and nurture relationships very well. And that's your virtual assistant. They become the face of your organization. They help you to get the word out as well as connect the missing pieces. So, like at this event, we're talking about bringing the case managers, social workers to you. What happens when you go home to Carolina, to Arizona, wherever you're located, and you are trying to, again, foster these relationships? You utilize that virtual assistant to do all of the lead generation. They're going to find out who's the people that you need to be connecting with at these facilities. They're not just making a call and saying, "Hi, I want to introduce ourselves." No, "Hi, I would like to speak to the director of such and such." They may not get them the first time, but they're going to be consistent in being able to get that information back to you. So don't get overloaded with how we utilize our virtual assistants, because we are going to show you how to utilize them in other aspects and areas, because it may not take 6 hours a day to do what you need them to do. They're very fast, they're very efficient. So what may take us about 4 hours may take them an hour. So just know that we'll show you other ways to leverage their skill set while they are doing while they're on your clock.
Yep.
But also know that they are a very pivotal piece of the connection, right? Making those connections, establishing and fostering those relationships with case managers and social service providers. So I want to let you know that first and foremost before we go in. Derek, I want you to also, Miss Kidd is here. I want to welcome you. Definitely go into a little bit more about how we'll be discussing, again, the ILF model, bringing the idea to implementation at our June event, and just talk about that a little bit more and some of the coaching that we do provide. And while we're doing that, we want you, if you are here and you are new to us and you have questions, feel free. This is an open discussion. We don't hide anything. Put your questions in the chat. We love to interact and engage that way as well. Don't just make Derek and I do our elevator spiel, but we want to answer your questions this morning. I know Derek, the family, I know they're sending you in messages.
Yeah, the Larkson family.
So definitely go ahead and just give them an overview of that, and then we'll go into questions. Go ahead and put your questions in the chat.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna kind of go off to one of the things that they asked just here recently, and they was asking of how you price it. So one of the gems that I'm gonna tell you right now in terms of how do you price this ILF model and how do you price the bedding is, first of all, kind of knowing what the community is already paying, right? We also coach you how to do that in your training or your consulting with us. But essentially, the way I like to really break it down is by the day. So prime example, just to make this super practical, both of those beds that you see right there, Miss King, for us, that's $700 per bed for that particular property. Now, if that's a different property, it could be different. But better than that, to break that down, is to talk about what I may charge for that by the day. And the reason I do that, and this is a major gem, you guys, major gem, you should probably write this down. The reason why we do that by the day is because no matter where you live at, the worst hotel in your city, they still want 70 or 80 bucks a night. When you break your price down by the day, Mr. Harry, you seem like the cheat code to these social workers now. So even me, instead of sometimes always saying I'm $700 a month, what if I said I was $22 a day? What if I said I was under $25 a day? So that way you're able to easily show people how you're the no-brainer compared to a hotel.
Right.
Because again, this is going to be in a single family living environment, more than likely. You're going to be paying for the Wi-Fi, the lights, the water. It's kind of like that one-stop shop thing, right? Yeah. But again, it's just way better than the hotel. Shay and I could give you countless stories about the people that we're housing that are staying in these weekly hotels, or these hotels that charge by the day. And guys, I don't know where you guys live at, but where we live at, the worst part of our city, guys, they still want $69.99 a night. And that's the mattresses that's got the bed bugs in it, maybe the roaches and the burnt out refrigerator that's not even working, right? But people rent those rooms because sometimes that's all they can get. So when you break your price down and it looks like this, Because that's the other Locks and family. Derek, how did you become the preferred vendor? Why everybody call you? First of all, because so many people do this the wrong way, it's easy to stand out in a good way.
Yeah, very easy.
Again, no matter where you live at, the people that just joined us, doesn't matter wherever you live at. And you hadn't even told me yet. But I guarantee people that are doing this in your city, there are some people that's doing it the wrong way. Guys, that's how I learned and got started with all of this. I was a poor social worker, barely making ends meet, wanting to do this. And God showed me a lady that was making 41 grand a month doing it. But she was housing people in rats and roaches and in squalor. The mattresses were on the ground.
It was a mess. It was
like there were no bed rails, like the mattress on the ground, no sheets, no pillowcase, no covers. Like it was terrible. Trash everywhere. And that same lady showed me that she was making 41 grand a month doing it. So Miss King, I was like, God, why not me? You're no respecter of person, God. You love me just like you love that lady. But God, she mistreating your people. I said, God, if you let me get in it, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit because nobody wanted to teach me how to do this. And one girl was like, Derek, why would I teach you how to do this, bro? And you're the social worker. You the guy sent us all the people, Derek. Why would I teach this to you? So it's crazy that it's like that, but it is what it is. And watch this. We tell people that if you love God, if you love people, and you love real estate, this is it.
Yep.
Why would you want to start a group home per se? And trust me, I don't down group homes. But most people that want to do this, they think they need a license, a sprinkler system. You think you have to own the property? Guys, I was making 28 grand a year. How could I buy a property? I didn't know the creative way to get it. But when I found out that I could rent or lease one of these properties, Lord have mercy, that was the cheat code for me, right? So put a number 1 in the chat if you were like me one day and you thought you had to buy the place to do this. You thought you needed a license, put a number 1 in the chat.
Exactly.
Yeah, put a number 1 in the chat. If you thought you had to have a license to do this, if you thought you had to buy the property, if you thought you needed permission from your government entities in your city, because guys, so did I. But I'll never forget. And after I saw the lady with the rats and roaches, Miss Kid, I was like, and when she said, Derek, you think I own these places? I was like, wow, she don't own them. And there's no license. But watch this, y'all, because if you've been hanging around us long enough, you're going to remember this phrase. The greatest thing about independent living facilities and most shared living environments is that it doesn't require a license. Yeah. Shay, can you tell them what's also the worst part about it at the same time?
It doesn't require a license.
That's why Shay and I are working on building an association. Because we've seen people do this wrong for so long that if you're going to call this an ILF or be under us, we want to make sure that you're doing it right.
And that you have everything you need to
support
to navigate.
We're going to build an association around this, right? To not make it difficult, but to weed out people that don't have a good heart. Because if you got a great heart, if you got some patience, this is a no-brainer. I always tell people, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is an absolute no-brainer. Like, show me something else to where you can do the will of God, help people, and it involves social services. Guys, to me, that's ministry. Okay? So really quick, Locks and Family also asked me this. I got a lot of 1 through 10s and a lot of 1 through 3s. I got a lot of that stuff, but I often tell people that first step is just make a decision that this is something that you want to do. Yeah. This place right here, 206 Park Place, guys, I worked here. This is where I got the vision from. As I'm on this job, barely making ends meet, here I am in my office.
Oh, wow.
Trying to figure things out, Shay. Now, that first picture I had on my shirt and my tie, but notice that second picture, and I always kind of jokingly say this. I don't start growing a beard. The tie disappeared. Now, I'm still professional. I'm still looking good, smelling good, doing a great job. But boy, my collar getting a little loose because God's starting to give me that vision now. God is truly giving me the vision of what I'm getting ready to do.
Yeah.
And just like I tell some of y'all need to put a finish line in front of you. And I'll admit, that's not my saying. I got that from somebody. But when she said it, I liked it. Because if you think about it, for me, my mom was one of my finish lines. Now, the next one going to blow your mind. But right now, let's focus on my mom. Some of y'all, it might be your mom. Some of you, it might be your children. We often talk about generational wealth. I promised my mom that I will buy her a brand new car. So that for me was kind of a small thing in the beginning. And lucky for me, my siblings got in on this, and I didn't have to do this by myself. But
Right.
we got together and we said, "Mom, you know what? That car you driving, you look better than that. We don't want you driving that." And by this time, me and all my siblings had to kind of start a little business, right?
Not a little
And we
business.
trying to
Y'all
make it.
all
And now they
started
got big.
businesses.
But we said, you know what? We want to buy my mama a car. But forget the car and forget Mom Forston for 2 seconds. The bigger picture of this slide, guys, is you need to put a finish line in front of you so there's always something to work towards. What is something that you will push towards to make sure you do this thing that we're going to teach you about housing folks? Because the devil is a liar that you're going to come to me and tell me, Derek, I want to house people. And Derek, I'm going to name it after my auntie because she raised me. I'm going to put it in her name. Y'all don't do that, but then don't have this thing to always push forward to.
To press in. Yeah, you got to press in.
I had a girl stroke me a $30,000 check and gave up in less than 3 months.
And did more work trying to get
Lord
out
have
of it
mercy.
than do it.
Whew, that's another story for another day. I'm going to move on, but put a finish line in front of you so that you always got something to push towards. This beautiful lady that you see on that screen, that's Miss Shay, y'all. I said, Shay, if you marry me, I promise to retire you and to make your life easier. Now watch this. Life be lifing sometimes, y'all. So this promise wasn't without meaning. Shay, we're going to go through some bumps and we're going to go through some bruises. But Shay, I promise you, if you stick with me, because God done showed me this shared housing thing, Shay, it's over. Yeah. We finna be millionaires, gazillionaires, and we going to change the world through real estate. Now, Shay, if you a part of that and you believe that, let's jump the broom and get married. That was July 7th, 2012. Big shout out to us because our anniversary coming up. But the point is this, Samira, that day, and even before that day of kissing her on her lips and saying, Shay, let's do it. I said, y'all, Shay, I'm going to change your life and you ain't gonna always work for somebody. And neither one of us kind of knew that day that it happened when I said, Shay, let's sit down to this table and let's brainstorm this thing. Yeah. We literally created the Angela Denise Foundation from a dining room table that we still have downstairs. Now, one day, like all of our ILFs, that dining room table is going somewhere to an ILF. Guess what Shay and I were right on the bottom of it, underneath. This is the table. And Shay, this is the first time I've said this out loud. Shay, we're going to write underneath that table. This is the table that started it all. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. We going to take that table, Miss Joanne, and we're going to write on the bottom, this is the table that started it all, because that's what built the Angela Denise Foundation when Shay came home crying that day, fed up, frustrated, being yelled at by all the bosses, and she was a boss too. The devil is a liar, no more of that. So if you're a guy watching this, it's time to take control of your family, bro. And this is it. God ain't just bumped us into each other just by chance. Because if you love God, if you love people, if you love real estate, this is it. And it didn't take for me to scream it for 90 minutes for you to get it. God just introduced us and now you got it. Yeah. Because now the only way we break up is if you stop showing up. But we family now. So again, one last time, you got to put something in front of you. A finish line, preferably, so that you always got something to push forward. And for some of y'all, that's going to be children. For some of y'all, that's going to be your spouse. Some of y'all, that's your grandkids. Now we're talking generational wealth, right? Yeah. But Clarkson family, that goes much longer, but that's the gist of it. You just got to simply make a decision, put a finish line in front of you, keep God first in your life, because that's the kind of the cheat code to all of this, right? Oh, and that also still, Shay, doesn't come without the bumps, the bruises, and the lifing. In fact, I found out, Shay, when you're moving in purpose, and when you're doing what God has called you to do, that's where all the problems come in, Shay. So if you are in purpose, or if you like, dang, why am I going through so much? You probably in purpose.
Derek, the water is always.
If you trying to start to do this, because a lot of people say, well, Derek, as soon as we discovered you and, life just started lifing. I know it because the devil saw it coming. This thing will change your life. It'll change the other people's life that you're serving. Yeah. You just can't let anything jump in front of it. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. But the devil is a liar and he is under your feet today. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you ever desire to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Master Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.
Let's get back to it, Derek. So
All
talk
right,
to him.
let's do
Talk
it.
to him.
Let's do it. So again, I want to wrap it back around because the Clarkson family got one more question about that event. Again, that's June 21st, June 22nd. That's a Friday and a Saturday. All the speakers are on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So again, from idea to implementation, that's the whole slogan that we're going by. Again, from idea to implementation, because a lot of y'all have the idea to do this. You just had no clue of where to start it. And one time a year, we come together and give the game away. And that is literally the 2024 ILF conference. Because a lot of the newer people that have been bumping into us, Shay, they say, wow, Derek, you guys give a lot of information on that YouTube channel. Like, y'all just give it away. If you think this is good, wait till you actually get either our coaching, the one-on-one coaching, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, or you come to this event. So a lot of people, man, and I'm glad they're honest with us, right? Because there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people may not be able to afford the coaching, Shay, but for one time a year, and this year is June 21st and 22nd, they can come and get the complete game, meet my entire team, and all the pieces to the puzzle of how we make this happen. The only person that's missing from this team is two of my lawyers. And I'm still trying to get them actually to be a part of the master class for the elite people. But every piece of the puzzle that I use to operate this thing, which is this shared housing program, it's coming. Lynette Green is my accountant, the ILF accountant. She's coming. Renee Scott, the lady that keeps us out of jail and out of trouble because of the insurance she offers, she coming. The social workers that we partner with to get all of these clients in the inside, they're coming. Digital Flow Solutions that runs all of our websites, VA 101, they're coming. So again, like every piece of this puzzle, Shay, the first day Locks and Flammy is a Friday. It's going to start at 9 a.m. They're going to have hot coffee and all those snacks and all of that brewing. Networking time. That's what we want y'all to kind of start meeting people before we get started. Because probably 10 sharp is where we're going to start running our big mouths. Mom Forston is going to probably greet each and every one of you. She usually kicks it off. A lot of y'all are excited to see Mom Forston, right? But this is what she does. So we're excited about that. And then Saturday, guys, is for the VIP and the elite members. VIP allows for the second day, which brings you to the ILF tour. There is nothing inside of a building day two. Day two is what we call in the field. Shay just bought a property that looked like crap. She rehabbed it. Now it's beautiful. And she's moved all of her women from the rental property that she was renting now into the property that she owns. Shay, talk a little bit about that and still tied into the event of how you're going to do that.
Yeah, so I'm over here smiling because I'm pulling up the pictures that you want
the
me
old
to show
ones.
soon. No, and guess what popped up? My last day at work.
Oh wow, I'm gonna have to show that.
Listen, oh my gosh, this is wild. Anyway, purchasing a property and going through that process, how it all developed and how we got to this place, was really Derek through the arbitrage method. And what we did is we were just strategic in how we spent our income, right? Whatever came in from the houses, we made sure that we identified how or where it was going to go. And we knew that our ultimate goal was going to be to have a property, have our own asset that will again increase in value prayerfully, as we continue to grow and do what we're doing, right? No longer having to have the conversation with the landlord or whatever. We now own the asset ourselves and can do with it as we please. So with this, literally, Derek, like I said, we specified how we were going to do financially, what we were going to do, what we were going to put aside, what we were going to leverage in from our ILF income to help us purchase the property. God heard, we again made this a petition to the Lord on what we wanted, how we needed this, and how it would help us expand what we're doing, right? I can go from 6 beds to 10, right? You get what I'm saying? So it was enlarging our territory and enlarging the people that we can help. And honestly, Derek, God blessed us with an amazing seller that was interested in partnering with us, and they blessed us with the sale price, and we were able to utilize this property, add an additional room to the property, and again, now the ladies are in it, living comfortably. And not only have we acquired an asset, but by doing the renovation and the rehab, we were able to force the value in the property. So not only does this position us now to own and have this property, but now we can pull the equity out of this particular property and go and get another one. So
Yeah.
this is what we want you all, and how we want you all to focus when it comes to, once you get into this place. You may arbitrage, you may rent your first property, but think of your end goal, right? You don't understand. Like Derek and I rented, oh my goodness, how many rentals we had at one time, to where
Oh man,
honestly,
tons.
our annual, when we got our end of the year documentation, we literally could have bought a house because we
Spent
had
six
that
figures in
many.
rent.
We spent six
Yeah.
figures in rent. Do y'all hear this? Like, we spent 6 figures in rental incomes going to other people. And that's when we sat down and said, okay, let's come to the drawing board. Let's write the vision, make it plain. And that way we can read it and run with it, so that we can acquire our own assets to position and place people. So what we want you to do as ILF owners and operators is think of that, right? What is your end goal? Look at your finances, see what it will take. If you have one house, what is your bottom line? What is your return, right? And then see how many houses do you need that can literally help you expedite that process of being able to acquire your own asset to do the same thing. So Derek, I wanted to share that because I
Yeah.
felt like that was just a great way to help people mindset wise not get stuck in the position of being a renter
Right.
always.
Exactly.
This is so much
The
more
goal
lucrative.
is to eventually buy. But
Exactly.
most people that come to us, probably well over 95% of
Hmm.
people that come to us don't have the property. So we're teaching people how to go out and acquire these properties, whether they're leasing, renting, or buying, rental arbitrage, whatever that method may be. And this is the house right here. And Shay can probably save the
Yep.
nice pictures for later. But this is what I'm gonna call was the dump before Shay rehabbed it. Now, obviously not a dump, but this house, Shay put a lot of work into this house, you all. New roof,
It was a
new
lot.
inside, new outside. So this house doesn't even look like this anymore.
Sure
Shay
don't.
has the new pictures, but Shay will probably make y'all wait till the event. But if you go deep enough on our social media, it's
You'll
all
see them
there, of
all.
course.
And most of them are
But
gonna
for
see it
new
in
people,
person anyway.
we want y'all to see it in person. So Shay, what I would do is probably from now to the event is get one of the VAs to put a lot of the nasty, ugly pictures up
Yeah.
before and during the rehab. And let's put that on one slide. And let's even maybe focus on that for Monday, maybe
Okay.
to show people what this place looked like, because we still want to honor the people that may not be able to come. But maybe we'll just keep away all of the great rehab pictures. But I would love for you to show people kind of what you did. How and why did you turn that living room area shade to another bedroom? We're going to talk about that actually
Because I
deeper
own
at
the
the event
process.
too.
Because I own the property.
And then have to ask for permission.
Because I own the
So
property.
when the Larkson family asked what it looks like, one of their uncles or the uncle of the family thought that we were buying hotels or motels. I'll admit that's a dream of mine, Larkson family, but we do these out of single family homes. So this house that you see on the screen right now, even though it's a small picture of it, that house was a 4.2. Shay made this a 5.3 now. Can you imagine the value that she drove up when she did that? Not only for herself, but also the neighborhood. And
Yep.
the HOA even told us thank you after they kind of got a little teed
Or
off because I
snippety
forgot to ask for permission
to paint
before
the
I
house.
painted the house. Lucky for us, the paint color we chose was a part of the choices. If not, I would have probably had to repaint. So that'd be a small lesson, right? And we'll talk about that at another time. But Larkson family, this is what it looks like. That one is a 3-bed, 2-bath. And just to give you an example, this house is under 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
So this is not no mansion by any means. And I love to show this picture because people say, well, Derek, can I do it in a mobile home? Absolutely. I just tell people that not inside of a community. Mobile homes on their own land work all day long. And ignore the trash out because that was trash day. And ignore the for sale sign because Miss Kid, the same person that asked the question, they bought this place. Now the inside of it again now looks like this. So forget about the outside all the time. Forget about, well, Derek, I don't really have those nice houses like you guys have. Listen, man.
Start somewhere.
Start somewhere. Long as the roof ain't leaking,
It's safe.
no rats, no roaches, and it's safe. Guys, you don't have to go and get some mansion to do this in. Now, if you go and get something like this, great. Good for you. But most of us are not going to start like this.
Yeah.
And again, as a rental, maybe you can. Because some of us are struggle to buy this place, but I'll go rent this place all day long now. Even as that poor social worker making 28 grand a year, guys, I scraped up money to rent that first house. I'll never forget it. The rent was $14.90. It was $10 away from $1,500. I said, God, it'd be nice to get this whole cul-de-sac.
Yep.
God eventually gave me that whole cul-de-sac, y'all. All rentals. But now I'll admit, I only want to buy. But if a rental comes up and it's just hard to beat because of our phone rings so much, we still rent and lease places.
Yeah.
And watch this for my new people. This is my favorite model. I love that 4-2. Because the 4-2 for me either means I'm going to take 8 people from homeless to hopeful, or I'm going to take 6 people from homeless to hopeful, because in 2 of those rooms, instead of doing the 2 people, I'm going to call those suites or private rooms. So now I got a lower number, but the income is still very up there, very high.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the math on this, guys, just make sure the math is making sense. And again, we'll go through that more and more at the event when we go deeper with you guys. But the gist of it is, what is your overhead?
Mm-hmm.
What is your mortgage?
Yeah.
What is your rental price?
What's the average utility
Okay.
fees?
So I'm not sure if we're over our time yet. We probably are. We always do. But I hope, again, like always, that we've said something that either encouraged you or opened your eyes up to something new. And again, big shout out to the Larkson family that has over 15 people in their home on a big screen TV, and they're watching it as a family. So I love it when families get into this. I recommend it, turn it into a family business, because we truly believe in building something that will outlast you. Here's last year's event. So again, just look at the people, and everybody's kind of taking notes and listening in. And because again, and Shay, we did have those cards with people's name on. I just see it in the picture now.
We still gonna do it, or we gonna do it a different way?
Exactly. So there's Lynette. That's our accountant. That's who's going to keep you out of jail in terms of make sure that this thing is set up the right way. Right. So again, like we're just so happy. We're just so proud of it. I can't wait to see you guys. I see a couple of y'all in there. I see Katara in there. But I see Leah in there. So again, just super excited. And again, that if you've ever wondered, there's my sister who was talking about insurance that day, right? But my sister can't even insure what we do. Miss Renee Scott's coming. Tiffany was talking about something different about insurance that day. Lynette had a line of people waiting to talk to her, right? Because everybody want to be set up the right way. Lynette, should I be LLC or nonprofit or that S Corp thing? Or maybe C Corp? Lynette can help you figure out all of that stuff. Okay. So again, man, we're just super excited. If you've ever had the idea to start a group home, don't do that.
Mealtime.
If you had an idea to start an ALF, don't do that yet. I'll say yet.
Don't do it yet. Yeah. I like
consider starting a shared housing program or an ILF, because now you're going to skip all of the rigmarole from having to beg people to do it. They have to pretend to be a nurse. You don't administer medications.
Yeah.
We don't provide transportation, and we don't cook for our clients. So if you just joined us and you're brand new, This is independent living facilities. And the independent is most important because that means, again, guys, I'm not cooking for these people, my clients, meaning the residents. I'm not driving them around to the doctor's appointments, and I'm not administering medications. That's what's going to get you in trouble. So again, June 21st and June 22nd, we're going to break bread together. We're going to eat together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. But most importantly, we're going to get money together. And our job is to give you the information to be able to change the lives of people in your city. Come and get this information and take it back to your respective place. That's what I jokingly told Joanne about a year ago. That's what I jokingly told Katara a year ago. That's what I jokingly told Tiffany. I said, Joanne, Tiffany, Katara, you going to learn this from me. I'm going to kick you out my nest, meaning kick you out the bird's nest or kick you out of my house. Tiffany, you go to Oklahoma. Katara, you go to South Carolina. Neonta, you go to South Miami. Teal, you go handle Polk County down there in Haines City, Florida. So envision it like that. Come and get the game, Miss White, and then take it back to your city because we family now, so y'all good. Okay, Miss Kidd, I did see that you set up an appointment with us as well. I'm super excited for that. Hopefully you're ready to jump in and either come to the event or get the coaching. Don't forget, all of our premium coaching comes with the June event complimentary.
Correct.
And again, big shout out to everybody that took advantage of that sale. A lot of you did that, and a lot of y'all are excited about the event, right? And a big shout out to the two people that got it at 11:58 last night. It was two of y'all. So I don't know if y'all know each other, if y'all planned it that way, but guys, and if you're new to us, you may have no clue what I'm even talking about. We had our ILF Mastery Blueprint on a crazy sale, all the way down from the 15 grand to the 3,700. And two people last night, right before 2 minutes before it ended, well, actually, Shay, our website shows us even the time frame. It was like a minute and 39 seconds before it ended. Literally, two people purchased at 11:58.
Because it would have expired. Like it would have
expired.
They wouldn't even been able to
purchase. So we appreciate that. And also thank you to all of the new people that are finding us in these groups that we're in now. A lot of you guys have shared us to family and friends. So thank you for that. But guys, don't forget to use your affiliate link, right? Because we want you all to get paid for it. Yes. So we don't just say thank you for referring somebody to us. If you refer somebody to us that takes our coaching, we want to pay you for that. So everything that we have as a product, believe it or not, it's an affiliate link for it. Okay. And I'll just guide you guys over to Tara to get that. Let me see if I can find Tara's email here.
Admin at Forston.
Tara's at admin, and I'm going to put it on the screen. If you guys want an affiliate link for the VA 101 business, meaning you guys can tell your family and friends tomorrow that you own your own staffing agency for virtual assistants. You can use our VA 101 affiliate link. And you never have to tell people, well, that's my coach business. That's Derek and Shay business, but they let me use it. You don't have to say that. Just give them your link. And my team going to do all the work. You look like the superstar.
Absolutely.
So tell CEOs, entrepreneurs, pastors, bishops, church leadership, consultants, coaches, anybody that could use a virtual assistant, especially if you're an IMB member, you guys should be pushing this out to other people. Don't keep all of this goodness to yourself. Okay? And Larkson family, yes, when you become part of the coaching and you buy that ILF Mastery Blueprint, the website creation comes with it. They asked about that, Shay. Absolutely. Your logo and your website, your business phone, your text messaging, all of that from Digital Flow Solutions, guys, is in a one-stop shop platform, and it's called digitalflowsolutions.net. Larkson family, one more time, digitalflowsolutions.net, and we just call it DFS. So if you ever hear us say DFS, that's what we're talking about. And it's your website, your CRM, your phone system, and your email campaign, and all of that. Social media manager is all in one platform. So literally, you can get a website for $97, and you can get it managed for $37 to $87 a month.
Correct.
Okay, so very simple with that. And again, we answered this already, but I'll say it again. Friday and Saturday are the 2 days. The first event is a Friday. And that's second event is a Saturday, which is the tour. So again, the full day for all speakers, because this question is getting asked a lot.
Yeah.
First day, Friday, everybody gets all the speakers. all the food, all the information, all the camaraderie, all the networking.
Joanne, just make sure you at the hotel by what? By 12. Okay? Just make sure you at the hotel by 12, Joanne.
Day 2 is for the tour. So again, if you want to be a part of that tour, the way you want to walk through that facility and meet and greet our clients, our residents, and see what an ILF looks like, right? See how it's set up. You guys are going to be able to do that on day 2, and that's for VIP and elite. So guys, I'm done. Thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. And if you've never watched our webinar, that's the first step to all of this. And we would love for you guys to text the word more info to 407-326-0086. And I'm going to type it in the chat. So just text more info
407
to 407-326-0086, and my team will send you something. And again, that's an automated thing that happens. That's what Digital Flow Solutions does for us. Yeah. So when you guys text that phrase to that number, you're going to immediately get the sign up to watch that webinar. And guys, that's all automated. And that's what we want to also do for you in your business, right? What do you want automated in your business for your people to automatically get so that nobody has to send it? Not even a VA. It can be completely automated. So I'm done. You guys be great. We'll see y'all back in this room on Monday at 6 p.m. And then I'm going to go over a little bit something different there. I'm also inviting a lot of pastors. So if you know a pastor or a bishop or a priest or anybody that's in church leadership that is looking for another way to make money, but also stay in ministry and not it be outside of ministry, tell your pastor about this. Don't be selfish, guys. Invite a pastor to the event. We got special pricing for pastors, special pricing for church leadership. And my team is building something Monday that if you're a social worker or a case manager and you want to come, they're giving you special pricing. And again, my team's doing it. I got nothing to do with that. But again, if you're a social worker or a case manager or in social services of any kind, or if you're in ministry or church leadership of any kind, let my team know. They got special pricing for you all. And then that's it. Thank y'all so much. My name is Derek Forston. I approve this message. I'm going to let Shay bless us and pray us out of here. And we're going to go. And we'll see y'all Monday at 6 p.m.
All right, everybody. It has been an amazing time that we got to share with you and share this information. If you have not already purchased your tickets, don't wait to be great. Move at the speed of instruction and come on and join us here in Orlando. Choose between salmon, chicken, or steak. Okay, we got you. Let us feed you. Let us teach you. Let us educate you. Hang out with the Forston clan and ultimately leave with some information. Leave with information, being informed, connections to go out there and start your independent living facility or your housing program to take those that are in need from homeless to hopeful. So again, I look forward to seeing you all there. And for all of our new family members that have been invited, don't forget, go book your hotel rooms. I will be sending out a link via text message today so that you can do that. Again, I look forward to seeing you all in just about 20 days? 20 days.
Absolutely.
So again,
the countdown is actually on the site down to the second. So it tell you the days, the minutes, the hours, second, all of that. So ilfconference.com. If we haven't said that, I don't think we said that enough actually. ilfconference.com. And if you want to be an affiliate, don't forget ilfconference.com/affiliate. And don't forget, guys, when you're helping us post it, use the @highlight so that it goes out to thousands of people. And hopefully somebody click on your link and buy it. That way you can also get paid for it. So big shout out to Neonta who's done that. Neonta's got some referral money coming her way. So 2 people with the same name, actually. I think it's a son and a dad and a son, I think. So thank you guys for doing it. But again, @highlight, and it'll come up on Facebook like that for you. Oh, and I forgot. My team told me to announce this. Anybody that wants to do it yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint, my team is discounting that from now until Tuesday of next week. That is a $2,497, and it's the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So essentially, put it like this. You get every product and everything that the ILF Mastery Blueprint people get. You just don't get me. So remember the saying about we don't just give you a bunch of videos and tell you good luck. Well, the DIY, that's kind of it. So a lot of people have been begging for that for years, and we've never done a DIY. We always thought that people need our one-on-one coaching, but we've always thought, you know what, why not just give people the paperwork and the curriculum and the ebooks and all that coaching that I got that's recorded. And guys, we've done that. So our DIY is only $24.97, meaning just a little under 2,500. But from now to Tuesday, we're letting you guys have that for $697. And that's crazy.
Special.
So again, if you want the DIY, the do-it-yourself version, that means still your website build out. We're still going to give you a virtual assistant, still going to build your logo, all the ebooks, all the curriculum. You get the MSI group coaching that went for 6 weeks long. That by itself is $4,500, y'all. We do that one quarterly, and it's called the MSI group coaching. Stands for Move at the Speed of Instruction. That program alone is $4,500. It's already inside of it because the last one we did, we recorded all 5 weeks. So the MSI group coaching by itself, if you just got that, is worth it. And guess what? I still give you the paperwork. Okay. They didn't throw in the event in terms of what I know. But if that changes on Monday, because they were talking about throwing in a general ticket with that, I ain't going there yet. But for right now, Shay, if they want the DIY, the do-it-yourself, meaning for the people that were there, I just want the paperwork, bro. I don't need you as my coach. Give me the paperwork and all that learning, and I'll get it on my own. That's for you guys. So I'm going to make this simple. Just text the word DIY to that same number that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Just simple. If you want the DIY version for $697 and not the $2,497, text DIY to 407-326-0086. And that's it for me, man, Shay. They can get the DIY for only $697. That's crazy. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions for people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching. But the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So, guys, we've done that. So for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMBDIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top. Let's go. Let's go. And again, last time at forstonconsultants.com/IMBDIY, you can literally go there and see what's all involved in it. So I just kind of gave some of the highlights, but if you want to see what's involved in it, go to our site at forstonconsultants.com/IMBDIY. And it'll literally give you all of the information that's involved in it. And remember, I'm allowing you guys to get that for only $697. So don't pay for it on our website because it will be the full price. You just text that phrase DIY to that number that's scrolling across the bottom, and we'll send you the invoice for the $697. You guys be great. Don't wait to be great. And we'll see y'all Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Shay, pray us out of here.
Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly far above and beyond all we could ever ask, think, or imagine, according to his power that worketh in us. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity again to share this information that you've so freely given to us. Father, I pray right now that each and every person under the sound of our voice, Lord, Father God, that are interested, Lord, that you would not only just open the door for them, but Father, supply every need, Lord, the houses, the residents, the connections, the community partners, Father. I pray right now in the name of Jesus for those that will be traveling, Lord, to this event, Father, that you would grant them traveling mercies. Father, we just thank you and praise you and honor you. Father, before anyone gets the keys to their first ILF, Lord, Father God, we dedicate it to you now. And Father, we just ask that your hand will be upon our businesses, our programs, Lord, Father God, and just let your unmerited favor, Lord, Father God, continue to overshadow us and overtake us. And Father, ultimately, I thank you, Lord, Father God, for removing fear from your people. Father, anyone that is
Amen.
struggling with fear, Lord, Father God, in trying to make the decision to make the next step, Father, that you would calm every fear, Lord, and give them faith to move and faith to do what you've called them to pursue. And Father, you will get all the glory, honor, and praise for it all. So, Father, we just thank you for each and every person under the sound of our voice and those that will be watching the replay, Lord, Father God, that you would cover them, keep them, and guide them. Give them ears to hear, eyes to see, Lord, Father God, what thus saith the Lord. And Father, we praise you, we honor you, and we thank you. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. And
Amen.
amen.
Amen. And amen. You guys be great, and we'll see y'all Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So, prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So, Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license? Because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think if you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.